Welcome everyone, this is Zozo Stockwatch, and this is your Stockwatch list for August 1st, Tuesday. And yes, here comes August. After the bell, we had some earnings come out. CZWI, earnings per share and revenue beat. TREX, earnings per share beat, revenue miss. Pandora had an earnings per share and revenue beat. They discussed their guidance on the conference call, and we'll take a look at that chart after hours. TXRH, earnings per share in line, revenue beat. IDTI, earnings per share and revenue beat. HLIT, earnings per share in line, revenue miss. AEIS, quarter 2 revenues, 165.87 million. And AES earnings per share $1.22 versus $1.07. MATX earnings per share and revenue beat. Groupon and Grubhub announced strategic partnership to bring food delivery to Groupon customers throughout the United States. So Groupon and Grubhub coming together. NLS, earnings per share and revenue miss. BPCT, People's United Bank, completes acquisition of Leaf Commercial Capital. HTA, earnings per share in line, revenue beat. ROG, earnings per share, revenue beat. AQMS, Aqua Metals, announces change to executive management team. JBT Corporation acquires PLF International Limited. LECO, Lincoln Electric, completes acquisition of Air Liquid Welding. AMKR, earnings per share and revenue miss on AMKR. KBH, KB Homes, announces increase in revolving credit facility to $500 million. AVD, earnings per share and revenue beat. TGNA and APO, Tegna completes sale of Career Builder. MHO, MI Homes, announces pricing of $250 million senior notes. Zyop, earnings per share in line, revenue miss. ADMA, Biologics strengthens patent portfolio through newly issued U.S. patent. MRCY, Mercury Systems, received $5 million order for airborne tactical mission computers. Next up, we have Wolverine Worldwide announces sale of Sebago brand. We have some additional earnings out. BLKB, earnings per share beat, revenue miss. JBT, earnings per share, revenue beat. KAMN, earnings per share, revenue miss. Fix, Form 4, chairman purchased over 5,000 shares at 33.58 cents. PBYI, Puma announces availability of Neuralinks for extended adjuvant treatment of HER2 positive early stage breast cancer in the United States, and that's on PBYI. APAM, earnings per share, revenue miss. CFRX 13G filed, 5% stake in CFRX. TRU 13G filed by Lone Pine Capital, 5.1%. ZUMZ filed by Man Group PLC, 5.63% for ZUMZ. INTX Intersection announces divestiture of pet health monitoring business. TRU TransUnion announces secondary offering of 20 million shares of common stock. That's TRU. AEMD filed Form S1, 7.5 million common stock. SPPH Bank Pharma misses by 48 cents. APAM Arista Partners Assist Management earnings per share in line, beats on revenue. ELVT Credit beats by 13 cents Misses on revenue. Cliff Natural Resources announces pricing of senior notes due in 2025. GPRE, earnings per share and revenue miss. CHGG Form 3-3ASR common stock offering. No amount specified at this time for CHGG. NVTA announces $73.5 million private placement offering to fuel strategic growth opportunities and reports preliminary second quarter financial results. Silica SLCA was at lows after hours. NVTA 8.6 million shares private placement at $8.50 per share. OI Owens Illinois beats by 8 cents, misses on revenue. CBMX was halted. CBMX NVTA Combi Matrix enters into merger agreement with Invitae Corporation to acquire and be acquired for $33 million in Invitae common stock. TRCO Tribune Media sells majority of its owner stake in Career Builder. Costco declared a 50-cent dividend. Next up, we have PTX 13G filing by Highbridge Capital. RNST Form 4 direct to purchase 2,000 shares. IFF Form 4 10,000 owner Winder purchased 80,000 shares. IMMU Form S3 34 million shares of common stock. EZPW earnings per share miss, revenue beat. MRC 13G filed by Integrated Core. VIRT 13D filed by Vincent Viola, 52.1%. CHGG, I mentioned, announces proposed follow-on offering. Some earnings coming out for tomorrow, earnings before Tuesday's open, and you can see those listed here. You have YRD, STAY, SQNS. Make sure you check any earnings I show you in this, any stocks I show you in this video, please check for earnings. LXRX will be coming out with earnings before the bell Tuesday. The big name for tomorrow after the bell is Apple, AAPL, so that'll be after the bell tomorrow. ZAG will be after the bell. SPWR will be after the bell tomorrow, to name a few. Nano coming out with earnings tomorrow. PBA, Pizza, PZZA, Denny's, DEN. And but the main one for tomorrow on deck is going to be all eyes on Apple. More earnings after the bell, and I'll just scroll through some of these. THLD beats by 9 cents. SIMO earnings per share in line, misses on revenue. SIMO was down pre-market. Let's see. DPZ CEO was on Kramer just a little bit ago. OLN earnings per share of minus 4 cents on OLN. All right, so that's some of your earnings that came out after the bell, and we'll go ahead and take a look at some more information coming up. So currently the Dow futures are up 16 points in the after hour session. It's approximately 7:15 my time, and so Dow futures up a tad. S&P futures are basically flat. NASDAQ futures are down about 3 points. For your economic information coming out on August 1st, Tuesday, in the morning we have 8:30 personal income. At 8:55 we have the Red Book. 9:45 PMI manufacturing. 10 o'clock ISM manufacturing index. 10 o'clock construction spending also coming out tomorrow. No overnight information from on Tuesday night. Let's see, for Monday night, we have Japan PMI coming out at 8:30. 9 o'clock, we have China PMI Manufacturing Index coming out at 9 p.m. for this evening. For your earnings calls tomorrow for Tuesday, you see a list of earnings calls. You can go to earningscast.com, and you can see a listing of all your earnings conference calls for tomorrow. So the earnings machine just keeps rolling on. Some information provided by the Trade Exchange, their nightly letter that goes out for IPO for August 1st tomorrow, CMTA, and then on August 2nd, Wednesday, we have VNTR. So 2 IPOs coming out in the next couple of days here, CMTA, VNTR, upcoming lockup period expirations, and Snap is in that lockup expiration, came out the 29th. And you see some other names listed here. Some top gainers for today. We had DVAX, CDI, MYO, AHGP, SOHU, NXTD, SERV, CLF, SERV, ACET, AWI, MCY. AWI was earnings play. DCIX for top loser, TENX, NVIV, HTZ Hertz, NCI, CLVS, ICPT, IPCI, DISCK, LPG, TRVG, which is Trivago, COL was a loser today, and Pandora was one of the top losers for the day. Unusual call activity in CHK, CVNA, CX, CY, DVAX, GRUB, LPX, McDonald's unusual call activity, MOBL, NRG, and Pandora unusual call activity. Some unusual put activity, AZN, BK, CF, FL, GME, IWM unusual put activity in the ETF itself, PRU, Prudential, PSA, Starbucks put activity, TLRD, and Twitter, and lastly MAR had unusual put activity. So let's go ahead and look at some markets. The Dow powered up to another all-time record high today, so the Dow Jones keeps rocking. The SPY was actually negative on the day. For the SPY, down fractionally, but was down. Next up, we have the NASDAQ, which was also down today, fractionally, down about 27 points for the day. Amazon was the ringleader in that drop. Amazon being investigated for making sales to Iran. So that was some news that hit Amazon today. Next up, we have the IWM. And that pushed down, and we're coming maybe into play with the 50 SMA, the yellow line that you see right there. Apple, who has earnings after the bell tomorrow, messing around with the 20 SMA on this daily chart. Tesla, ugly day for Tesla. Couldn't get back above the 50 SMA. Obviously, it may test this 100 SMA if it breaks that. We have the 150, and after that the 200. So Tesla, weak today, down over what we'll call it 3%, 3.5%. IWC, the micro caps, also now flirting with the 50 SMA. So we'll see if they want to hold that on the micro caps. IWC, SPUX. Down today, down and holding down near the lows, kind of a bear flag there. GOOG. Also below the 50 SMA, now below the 5 EMA on the Google. Facebook, trying to hold the 5 EMA on the daily chart for Facebook, but was down today almost 2% on Facebook. And we'll just take a quick look at some stocks after the bell. We had Pandora popped and then sold off on on their conference call and gave back those gains. We also had that after hours Groupon and Grubhub, they had mentioned collaboration together, and you see GRUB popped in after hours, and Groupon, that stock also flirted with breaking $4 and then pulled back, but I'm probably going to keep this. Groupon will be on watch for tomorrow, and go ahead and go into the watch list now. And before I get into the watch list, some breaking news just came in on some top insider purchases after hours. FIX chairman purchased over 5,000 shares. APO 10% owner Tiger Global purchased over 200,000 shares. IFF 10% owner Winder purchased 80K on the shares. CC director purchased 30K at $100.64. So that's some top insider purchases that just came in. All right, so some stocks on the watch list for tomorrow, and make sure you check all these for earnings. APRI, almost 1 million shares traded today, coming up against that 100 SMA. The 100 SMA is $1.38, and we spoke about this one in yesterday's video. So looking for it to take out that $1.40 and get over the 100 SMA, which is at $1.38. BBBY, holding above the fast moving averages here. 3.2 million shares traded, trying to hold the 10 SMA. If you can get back over, $30, $30.05, you might get a continuation move in BBBY, Bed Bath & Beyond. BIOS, trying to hold this 280 spot here, and maybe gets back above 295. The 10 SMA is 292, so watch for that 295 break, and then maybe a continuation up through $3. 1 million shares traded in the name today. BLRX, nice pop, over 2 million shares traded. You see it was stopped right at this to fill the gap right here, but we'll see if we can get maybe a red to green move or maybe a continuation move in BLRX. Citigroup, we said to watch some of the banks because of the XLF. Looking for it to take out the highs today of 68.65, so call it 68.75. Maybe we get a continuation move through 69 and 70. CAPR, which had a couple of pops in it, it's pulled back now and on low volume, so we'll see if they want to turn this one up again on CAPR. CCXI, this one is basing below 1025. If you can get over that 1025, 1028 spot, over 400,000 on expanding volume today, trying to hold the 20 SMA, which is around $10. So CCXI, CLF, trying to break out above this 200 SMA. If it can clear $8, this could get interesting on CLF. So that traded 19 million shares today. So CLF, CRR, one of those oil names, over 1.5 million shares. Trying to come back above the 50 SMA, which is at 709. So maybe 712 will be enough to get this one going on CRR. Possible swing trader here too. You can use a stop of any of these candles below here around 650 or so. All the solars are running. CSIQ has been messing with this 17 spot. So over 1705, you could get a continuation move in CSIQ. You see names like FSLR moving up. SPWR, which has earnings tomorrow, pulled back a little bit today. Run is up there at highs. If you want to take a look at RUN, that one looks interesting. Also CSIQ, like I said, if you can get over this $17 spot, might get a nice continuation move. CYTR, big pop in this name today. So I'll be looking for maybe intraday plays on this, but it's up here at this $1, maybe over $1.02. This might continue even higher. CYTR, so keep an eye on that. Looks interesting. DO, another oil name, trending up a little bit now, trying to get over this consolidation here. The high of 1263, so maybe over 1255, and then watch, hopefully it breaks that 1263 spot. You can maybe use the low of these candles if you want to try to swing this. The low was 1184 on DO. GPL, kind of same look. Smaller stock, 3.4 million shares, expanding volume. High today was $1.32, so looking for that 135 break in the name. Just be aware you have the 100 SMA at $1.35, so I would let it clear that $1.35 and see if it can continue up. Industrial metals and minerals. GoPro. I don't think I've mentioned this one in a while. 2.2 million shares. You see we kind of do these fake pops above the 100 SMA. If it does pop, you know, you might want to watch it for a short again around this 850. If it can break above this 850 and hold it, you might get a continuation move. So GoPro, possible short on the name, and if it starts to pull back, then if you want to try shorting it, you can use this 100 SMA as your stop out on GoPro. If you want to try to go long it, I would wait for 850 to be taken out and hopefully hold on GoPro. GRPN, Groupon, we just talked about this one. So, you know, the big pop in the after hours, and we'll see if this wants to, you know, do anything tomorrow. LPSN, this one's setting up nicely, holding the 5 EMA, over 700,000 shares traded. The high today was 1365, so looking for that to get taken out. And then we have to see if it can get through, you know, 1380 on LPSN. LSCC, looking for the $7 break. The high today was $6.99, so 702 might be enough on this LSCC name. Over 700,000 shares traded. Possible swing trade. You know, if it breaks out over 7 and you get in, you can use maybe 680, the bottom of this candle, for your stop on a swing trade. MBOT volume over almost 4 million shares. The high on the name was $1.50, so it has to get through that natural resistance. The 50 SMA is at $1.96, so it's not in play yet. It's getting above the fast moving averages, so watch that $1.50 break on MBOT. NEOT, this one was up at 60 cents, bidding up in after hours. Under $1 name, if this is your forte. 3 million shares, so if you can get over that 60 cents tomorrow, you might get a continuation move in the name. UAA, Under Armour has earnings tomorrow, so keep your eye on Nike, which when they had earnings, it gapped up, pulled back, held the 13. It's been holding around the 20 SMA. So if UAA beats on earnings, Nike might get a nice pop in sympathy with Under Armour. Next up, we have SBLK. This is a shipper, and you can see that we have you know, this consolidation, kind of a flag going on there. So let me finish drawing that. Okay, there we go. And so if this can get over, we'll call it 10.20. If you can get over $10.20, you might get a continuation move in SBLK. It's actually the only shipper that I really like. GNK doesn't look so bad. TNK, that's a tanker. That's coming up off the 50, over the 50 SMA. So TNK, GNK, and then SBLK. Those, you know, look interesting for the shippers. SEAS, this had news. Maybe they're putting themselves up for sale. So continuation move through 15.50 maybe, or a pullback to possibly $15. Maybe we get a continuation move. SINA. This one's still consolidating, looking for it to break out over $95. So keep your eye on SINA out of this consolidation. SYNC, big pop today, looking for it to recapture $4, over 500,000 shares traded on SYNC. TEUM had some big pops, now it's just kind of floundering around here, but holding the 20 SMA. If it can get back over maybe $1.10 TEUM, but you see the volume's kind of drifting off, not a favorite. TXMD, trying to get back over this 200 SMA. The 200 SMA is at 572, so over 575. Keep this one on watch. TXMD, and 1.4 million shares traded. XXII, big pop today. I guess this one's going to do well from the FDA cutting back on nicotine. Mo was down. BTI down today, and PM down today, but XXII was up today. So it's a bio stock, big pop, but gave back most of it down to $1.75. Let's see if it can hold this $1.70 area You see over 10 million shares traded, and maybe it'll set up for us intraday. So I think that's a pretty interesting watch list for you. You can pick and choose, what you like. Some have, play around them as far as takeover rumors. Some have had momentum. So, I think you can find something in this list. I try to give you like a broad list for swing trades and day trades, and also names under $1 for those that like to play under $1. We're going to have to see, what the SPY and the markets want to do tomorrow. But, I traded a couple of trades this morning. Pretty much I was done by like 10:15, and then after that the afternoons are just slow and sluggish, and it's summer and that's to be expected. So you should trade, get your trading done before 11 o'clock, and then go out and do different things. Don't be sitting at the computer, then come back around 2 o'clock, make your list, see what's moving in the market, but try to get your trading done in the first 2-3 hours, and try not to give it back. If you overtrade in this market, you're definitely going to give it back to the casino. All right, so have a very nice evening. Thank you for listening. Folks, hit that subscribe button. We're up to 773. The goal is I'd like to get up to 1,000, and I need your help to do that. So if you could retweet these videos and hit that like button, and also leave a comment if you'd like me to discuss something on trading or a stock that you want me to look at. Put it out there. Okay, don't be bashful. Leave something in the comments, hit the like button, retweet these. I'm here to help you, and I hope these videos are helping you. I think they are. People are telling me they are. So let's keep this channel growing. Thanks so much for listening. This is Zozo Stock Watch. This is your stock watch list and news for August 1st.